The birth of Lord Krishna, Janmashtmi. The evil Kans had captured his father, King Ugrasen, and took over his throne. He started torturing innocent citizens of the kingdom. Kans got his cousin sister Devaki married to his best friend Vasudeva and went to drop them to their kingdom. The sage stopped Kans, laughed at him and said,
"You are driving your own death. Devaki and Vasudeva's eighth son will kill you. He will be our savior and gain freedom for the people of Mathura."
Just as Kans told his army to kill the sage, a divine voice came from the skies.
Kans, don't be such a fool. The days of your cruel powers will be soon over. Your cruelness has reached its extreme. You have written your own destiny to be demolished. Devaki and Vasudev's eighth son will kill you. He will free the world from your cruelness.
Kans pulled out his sword to kill Devaki, but Vasudeva stopped him and promised to give all their children to him as soon as they are born. Assured by Vasudeva's truthful words, Kans imprisoned Devaki and Vasudeva in the dungeon and decided to challenge the sage as well as the Akashvani. Kans kept guards outside to keep constant watch on Devaki and Vasudeva, and he was informed each time with the news of Devaki's pregnancy. One by one, he killed 6 of Devaki and Vasudeva's newborn babies, and each time left Devaki weeping her eyes in sorrow. When Devaki was bearing her 7th child, the gods informed Kans as usual. This time, Queen Johini, Vasudeva's first wife, came to meet Devaki and Vasudeva. Johini took Devaki's child in her uterus and left Mathura to keep this child safe. The gods informed Kans, who laughed and thought the baby disappeared from fear. After a few months, the gods told Kans that Devaki was now bearing her 8th child. Kans stayed awake day and night to hear the news of the child's birth. In the dungeon, Devaki and Vasudeva prayed to Lord Vishnu to come and save their child and relieve them and the world from this misery. Then one day, a bright light filled the dark dungeon. All the gods, one by one, became unconscious and started falling on the ground. And then, in the auspicious nakshatra of Rohini, Krishna, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, was born as the 8th child of Devaki and Vasudeva. They heard an Akashvani, which told Vasudeva he must take their 8th child across the river to Gokul to his friend Nan's house. Vasudeva feared about Kansa's guards, but the Akashvani told him not to worry. They are all unconscious and will not know a thing. The prison doors started opening by themselves, and just as told, Vasudeva took his newborn child out of the dungeon. Vasudeva went towards the river Yamuna, where the flow had terribly increased due to the heavy storm. While crossing the river, as Yamuna touched the feet of the Lord, the flow of the river became normal. Shishnag himself came and positioned his hood like an umbrella to protect Lord Krishna from the rain. Vasudeva reached the nun's place. He was waiting to welcome Krishna and Vasudeva at his doorstep. Goddess Yogmaya had come in Nan's dream the night before to tell him about his role. While Yashoda was still asleep, Nanda lay Krishna beside her and took his baby girl to Vasudeva to take back with him. Vasudeva left Krishna with Nanda and Yashoda. Once Vasudeva came back to the dungeon, all the doors and gates shut behind and the guards awake. Hearing the cry of the child, they rushed to inform Kans he was ready with his sword to kill the baby. Kans came storming inside to kill the baby, but Devaki and Vasudeva pleaded not to kill the child as it is a girl. Kans thought this could be Vishnu's conspiracy. Kans snatched the baby and took out his sword. Just then the baby flew out of his hands into the sky, taking form of Goddess Yogmaya. Goddess Yogmaya warned Kans.
You foolish person, how can you kill me? Your evil days are now over.
Devaki's 8th child has taken birth and is now in a safe place in Gokul, away from you. You will not get anything by killing me. Your death will soon come looking for you.
Saying this, the goddess disappeared, and Kans then started trembling with fear. He ordered his men to go and search for Devaki and Vasudeva's 8th son. He knew his last days are now coming near, as the Saviour of the world was here. Today, the birth of Lord Krishna is celebrated as Janmashtmi. Jai Shri Krishna. Don't forget to like my videos and subscribe to stay updated. Krishna Stories!